Okay, so I guess a lot of you guys have been still following this Carlee Russell saga, and I thought that it would somewhat go away, but it seems to just not be going away. Now, I thought that if you saw it in my prior videos for Carlee, I thought that if she came forward, and she did, and just explained what did not happen, that would somewhat help her case, meaning that there wasn't a baby and there wasn't sex traffickers. Because if she was going to stick to this story, that means there is a toddler out there that is being forced to do this for somebody that is luring in maybe some young women or men, or anybody could be a victim to a wandering baby on the side of the highway. So I thought that it would go away, but it's not. Carlee Russell is facing 2 misdemeanor charges after lying to the police. So, all this have came to the forefront now, and we know that none of this did happen. We don't know why this happened, but as of right now, we know that none of this has happened. So in case you missed it, she lied. She wasn't kidnapped after seeing this baby that she said was between the ages of 3 and 4, a white little baby that was only in a t-shirt and a diaper on I-459 in Hoover, Alabama. Despite the divide on social media, a lot of people were saying she may have been abducted, that she was in some type of, trauma when she returned back to her parents. And again, a lot of people were divided, but I actually think more people was just thinking, she's a liar and nothing happened to her. But her parents believed her, and I guess they were supposed to. I don't know. But Carlee would come forward and say that she did lie about everything. And I was hoping that, again, it would just go away. But a warrant was issued and she was arrested, and she had to stay in Hoover City Jail until she bonded out on Friday. I don't really know how long she stayed there. I don't even believe she did a couple days. I think it may have been a few hours. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think she really did any time in there. But she was bonded out, and she turned herself in. So being that she turned herself in, she probably knew that it was going to be works to get her out of there immediately. A lot of people were looking at her mugshot and saying that she thinks that, this is funny, and she thinks that it's a game. By looking at her mugshot, I can't tell. It looks like a very awkward smile, unlike the smiles that we have seen on her social media platform. Sometimes when you're taking these mugshot pictures, the police officer will say smile or crack a stupid joke. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. But anyway, she has an awkward looking smile to me. And if she did think this was kind of funny, or this was attention seeking in the beginning, it's going to still continue. So I don't know how much or what she thought she was going to gain from this, but she's not going to get what she thought. A lot of people, like in the first video I did, I said I was thinking she was laid up with her boyfriend and just couldn't do this type of stuff even though she was 28, because she was probably still under her parents' roof. And it didn't matter if you was 25, 35, or 45. If you're under your parents' roof, you have to pretty much do what they say or get your own roof. That's just how it is. But she, was sticking to that lie for a minute. So I was just hoping that she was, with a boyfriend and just didn't return home. However, one of the charges is a misdemeanor that will carry up to 1 year in jail if they decide to give her that. And they're actually looking into some additional charges, trying to figure out where she was for those 49 hours that she was missing. Some people say that she was at a local hotel, the Red Roof Inn. I'm sure that there should be some type of footage, CCC footage, if she was there. But I did also hear from a person that knows that area that says a lot of people that stay in that hotel, there's a lot of sex workers pretty much at that hotel. So maybe they just said she was there for those purposes. I don't know. And a lot of people said she was out in the woods. I don't know where the girl was, but we know what she wasn't doing. But unfortunately, being that she had police looking for her and the news people out there and her mom out there and people praying for her and people going to her social media page and wishing her well, and people like me that was about to go to sleep when I heard, oh my God, this young girl is missing. I did a video, so she did a lot to a lot of people that she didn't even know. So we will, see what happens with that. And she's not the only one who has done some really dumb shit like this. If you guys just Google people that faked kidnappings, and besides all the Karens out there that we know do stupid shit and call the police for dumb reasonings. I mean, I'm about to go to Texas to get to Atlanta. Remember the woman who was watching the black man in New York who was just bird watching? That's all he was doing. But she just wanted him not to be there. So she even called the police while he filmed her and was just yelling and screaming, oh, I'm being attacked. And he's just recording her. He's not even close to her. So when the police got there, of course, they arrested him, but he showed them the footage immediately, and then they arrested her. So I believe he didn't even want to press charges on this woman, which is the problem. But if my memory serves me correct, I believe the state of New York picked up those charges, and I did believe that she did get fired from a really good job that she had, but that was, calling the police when nothing is going wrong. People do that. They call the police, or calling the police on a person who is black or maybe Spanish or a young person. That's supposed to be some type of scare tactic. Like, oh, I'm going to call the police. Knowing the history, especially with black and or African American people, that's supposed to be a scare tactic. Like, I'm going to call the police on you. So being that you know what the police have done to many, many black people, that's supposed to be a scare tactic. And I'm sorry, it just doesn't scare. It just doesn't scare a lot of black people. So, and then there's another woman, Sherry Papini. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. It's spelled Papini. She's 34 years old, or she was 34 years old. In November 2016, while jogging in Redding, California, she never returned back. She went missing. Just look her up. She's another hot mess. But she returned back on Thanksgiving, and she said her captors freed her. They just let her go on County Road 17, still wearing the restraints. And she stood by this story. She even received over $30,000 from a California victim compensation board. And I mean, it would take several years to arrest this woman because she was still sticking to this freaking story. And on March 3rd, 2023 of this year, she was arrested for making false statements and for mail fraud and lying about being abducted when she was actually laying up with a former boyfriend. That's what she was doing. Now, she faced 25 years in prison for that, but she was sentenced to 18 months in prison and fined $300,000. Now, I don't know if she has started to do that time or if she's trying to contest that time. I don't know. I didn't even look into it, but her name is Sherry Papini. If you want to see what's going on with that. People are doing this. They're attention seekers, and we know that people do weird things now. And it's like, with all the social media that's out there and people with these type of platforms, people use it for their own, I guess, being vain. I'm trying to look for the right words, but being vain, being the center of attention, another reason. They use the platforms for reasons like that. So Sherry Papani, she was or is vain. She's self-absorbed, and that's probably, it could be a huge possibility that Carlee Russell may be that as well. It's hard to say right now because she hasn't came forth and spoke about any of this. It may have been a ploy, like I heard through social media that she did this to get her boyfriend back, and then when he got back with her, he dumped her. So did she do this for her boyfriend? Again, I don't think she was thinking logically. She could perhaps be a smart book smart. Never street smart. She is never street smarts at all. Because if you were street smart, you would have known that this could not happen. And she needs to stick to her movies that she watches, because nothing like that would have happened. You're not going to come into the room, walk to the house, just so upset and just irate and emotional and a ball of everything and just fall into your mother's arms. That's a movie. That's a movie. So I don't know. Hopefully she will get some kind of help. Hopefully this is a one-time thing. Yeah, we all have done stupid stuff in our youth, but unfortunately now the stuff that you do, it's recorded. It's recorded and it's there forever. It's there forever. So I don't know, but please, you guys, Google people that have faked kidnappings. It is so many. So many. Damn near a lot of these people that fake kidnappings or that misuse, calling 911. It's a sad story. It really is. But I'm going to just see. I actually want to see if they give this young woman some time. So she is looking at a few years, they say. And we'll see. Enjoy your Saturday.